Well guys, it's that time of the week and we're back here at the Orient training ground. Let's roll on with another episode of the O Show. So luckily everyone's favourite starman is out there playing on the right. We're going to wait until training's over to catch up with him. Let's see how he's getting on. Right, so here we are with dates. James, it was great to see you back out there training. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Feels really good to be back out there. Been out there for coming up to 2 weeks now, so it's been good.
And you must be kind of edging closer towards that matchday squad. It must be something you're looking forward to getting back into.
Yep, yeah, I can't wait to be back involved whenever it is, and obviously when it comes, yeah, I'll be ready, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
But obviously it might not have been the brightest start to the season on paper, but how's it been for you here at the training ground and around all the lads, especially some of the new ones?
It's been good. I think performances have been positive. If I'm being honest, personally, I think that the performances have been good. There's only been a couple of here and there's that we haven't performed 45 minutes here, 45 minutes there. Maybe Swindon at home. Obviously, we weren't really at it. But other than that, I think the performances have been not too bad. It's just that's something that we're missing, that we haven't been able to pick up points. And
I don't know if you can share, do you know when you could potentially be close to that matchday squad?
I'm not too sure. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Hopefully very soon.
Keep the cards close to your chest as well there.
I want it as soon as possible, but it's up to obviously the staff.
And obviously when you do get back, and back into contributing to the team, have you got some targets for yourself and for the team?
It's going to take me a bit of time. I've only trained 2 weeks in 5 months. On the 23rd it was, so it's going to take me a bit of time to get back up to full speed. But I'm hoping that I can, for the next few weeks, whatever it is, when I get back in, I can contribute off the bench and then hopefully force my way in. I don't really set many goals. Just want to influence games, whether that's assists, goals, key passes, whatever. I just want to influence games, yeah.
Well, James, I'm looking forward to hoping seeing you back out in action soon, and have a great week. Oh, fantastic to see Dayton around the team again. Now we've got Rossi Embleton waiting for us. Let's go and see how he's been getting on after Saturday 3-2 draw against Port Vale. Let's go. Right, so we're joined back here now with Rossi Embleton. Ross, thank you for joining me, mate.
No problem, mate.
Now, it was an exciting Saturday at the Pro Group Stadium with that 3-3 draw against Port Vale. Didn't get all the 3 points, unfortunately, but a lot of positivity, I felt.
It might have been exciting for you. I didn't quite feel the excitement, if I'm brutally honest. No, it's obviously it was as someone sitting in the stand, or if there was any neutrals at the game, I'm sure it was a fantastic one to be at. From a personal perspective, I'd much rather a 1-0 boring one at the moment. But I think the real positive thing that we took out of it at the end of the game was, thank God it wasn't us for once. People have felt sorry for us. People have been angry with us in terms of conceding some late goals, whether it be to lose or to draw in recent times. So to walk off the pitch at the end and us to have that upbeat feeling and see another team walk down the tunnel disappointed is something that I think we've got to try to take from it.
And after the game, you said it was a pretty special atmosphere. The chance of Ross Embleton. It might be weird for you to say, but it felt good, didn't it? It must have felt good.
Look, I've got no shame in admitting that. It's I think I said to Dave Victor after the game that I genuinely walked off the pitch at Solihull last year, very close to winning the league, and there was 4 fans standing by the coach that was singing my name, and I went home and it was something that I told my kids about, and they were delighted to hear about it. So for me to walk off at the end there, and I'd had some real positive feedback, some real nice messages throughout the week, but to walk off at the pitch there and as I was making my way around, start to hear my name, but then the way that the South Stand gave me that send off there at the end was something I'll never forget, and it was an incredibly special feeling.
It was. I had goosebumps, to be honest. It was a nice moment, and after kind of taking on the job at the beginning of the season as well, some called it the hardest job in English football at the time. It must fill you with a nice sense of pride as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the one thing I have to make clear is that I would much rather it have gone better than it has done. we'd much rather have got more points, and I think there's been occasions when we've deserved more points. We haven't got them, so I'm incredibly disappointed on that front. So I don't want to, want people to think that I'm moving out of this role with a feeling that I've done my job, because part of me doesn't feel as though I have. Because of the way that results have gone, but I think when we all look back, when we all see where we were over the summer and the way that we all felt and the position that the club found itself in again, I personally couldn't really see the wood through the trees to begin with. So the fact that we are still intact, people feel as though they can come to work every day and have that sense of forward to it, to come and do their jobs properly. That we've helped people get through the grieving process in different ways. It's not over yet. I think that's important, something that we'll all continue to remember. There's still so many people that suffer that grieving that we have done. That is no different to someone that goes to work in an office. If you build up a wonderful relationship with your boss or someone that you work with, you have to go through that process, and it'll affect you coming to work every day. But what we have done, and that's where I do feel as though I've done the job to an extent, is that I've helped a number of people get through the first stage of this grieving process, and now given the club the opportunity to now start to look for what happens next.
Well, as you say, we do look forward, and the new manager will be coming in soon. How have the boys been looking in training this week and in this transition period, and how are they looking for the next man who comes in? Very well. We've tried to make sure that we hang on to that positive feeling that we've had on a number of second half performances that we've had. But what we need to try to do is try to get that balance right. What we can't do now is go to Northampton and be gung ho and try to take that second half performance directly into how the first half looks, because there's so many different things that affected that performance to go in the manner it did. But what we needed to do is take that positivity and then the fact that we'd got ourselves a late equaliser in a game and really try to build on it. So we've had a few good days of really trying to home in on how that's going to look at the weekend, in order to try and give us that, I say start a game well, but we did that at the weekend, but start a game and try to build on it. It's not always easy when things are not going in your favour, but we need to dust ourselves down and really give ourselves a chance to grab hold of something and build some momentum. And as all are in League Two, it's going to be a tough fixture on Saturday, but what are you expecting from Northampton? I'm expecting big strong team that are going to be aggressive and probably direct at times. There'll be balls going into our box, and we're going to know that we've really got to roll our sleeves up and go to work in terms of what we do without the ball. But I think that's something that we have to do every week, and something sometimes that we achieve in terms of the energy and the work rate that we put into games. It's the concentration and the focus that we need to really try to put into longer periods of games and important stages of games. So it's going to be a real tough encounter. It's a tough place to go, but we know that we've identified some areas where we feel that we can hurt them, and we've got to make sure that we really give ourselves the opportunity to do that. Well, I'm looking forward to it on Saturday. And just before we wrap up, we caught up with James Dayton earlier before chatting with you. He was in training as well, playing in training today. How's he looking? How close is he to return to the first team squad? Very, very close. As far as I'm concerned now, unless someone tells me after training today that he's not, that I feel he's certainly in contention now. I think what we have to do is we have a duty to make sure that James doesn't run before he can walk, literally, that we bring him back into the fold sensibly, that we don't ask too much of him too soon, because we don't want him to suffer a setback. It's happened for him on a number of occasions. Obviously he's suffered some bad injuries since he's been here, but we all know what an influential figure and what a good player he is. So he's very, very close. I'm certainly one that would like to see him back and around it, because I think he'll give everybody a lift. But we've just got to tiptoe towards it slowly to make sure that we see the James Dayton back in full flow as quickly, as smoothly as we can, rather than just throwing him back into it and he suffers a setback. But he's someone that clearly we want in and around it. And the same question about Joby? Yeah, Jobs has trained really well today. So again, it's been another real sort of positive week so far in terms of him building. It's pretty much an everyday thing, and sometimes not an everyday thing. It's trying to work out how he looks tomorrow, really, to see exactly what effect today's session has on Joby's reaction the next day. So fingers crossed he's had another good day's full training, and it'll wake up tomorrow not feeling too many effects from it. Well, Ross, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. Thank you for joining, mate, and best of luck for Saturday.
Thank you.
Well, guys, that's a wrap, and a massive thank you to Dayton and Ross for coming on today, and thank you to you guys, of course, for watching. Don't forget, we'll see you on Saturday when we travel to Northampton Town. Up the O's.